Bronson feels good. Man, that tailwind just makes the city go so much deeper. We are back on the Santa Cruz Bronson. How good is the Bronson? I mean, I'll be honest, it's been a minute since I've ridden the Santa Cruz Bronson. I've never ridden it with a mixed wheel, so 27.5 in the rear, 29er up front, and this is my third mullet bike I've ridden in the last month. And I think I might be converted. It is so easy to ride. That rear wheel just like comes through. We're gonna talk all about it today. I picked up this bike from Go Ride in Draper, Utah. They are my local Santa Cruz dealer. They have Bronsons in stock and on sale. In fact, I think a lot of the lineup in the Santa Cruz lineup, a lot of the bikes are on sale right now. Maybe 20% off. I'm on the Bronson CC frame, so like their higher end carbon, and it's got the Exo SRAM build. I've got a link down below you can go click on and read about the bike. It climbed a lot better than I thought it was going to. I had pretty low expectations. It's like a 31-pound bike. I had pretty low expectations, DHR2 rear tire, DHF front tire. It's just a big trail bike, and it just kind of doesn't get up the trail quite as quick. But I was surprised. It actually goes pretty good. There's a lockout down here you can play with. I didn't like it better locked out. I mean, it did feel slightly more efficient climbing, but open just felt more natural. It was just like a little teeny, a little bit of movement, find traction a little bit better. I liked it better in the open position. But man, the whole story on the Bronson is the downhill. All right, Jacob's ladder on the Bronson. Let's see how it goes. Man, that smaller wheel out back just gets through the terrain easier. There's just no doubt about it. I remember that on the last two mullet bikes I rode. Just kind of gets through everything kind of easy. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy how playful this big bike is. That's nuts. I'm gonna slow down the rebound just a click. There, and one in on the front. Sometimes on these Santa Cruz bikes, the way that suspension system's made, it's so damp already that I turn the rebound up a little bit, but I overestimated it. Yeah, that's already a little bit more control, less pogo-y. Wow. So I'm just skipping along the top of that little ridge there, bunch of rocks, and it just stays in motion the whole time. Man, yeah, I think I'm 5'8". If you're shorter, I'm trying to find a reason for me to stay on a 29er trail bike. That smaller wheel out back is so nice. It's just easier to ride. Oh, look at that. That entire bit of trail just disappears underneath me. I mean, that's a whole bunch of like 8-inch to 1.5 ledgy, rocky sections of trail. And it's high speed. I mean, going 25, I'm probably going close to 30 miles an hour right here. Little jump right here. Oh, it's so smooth. That's crazy. Wow. I mean, you just feel safe. All this washboard braking bumps right there. Bike feels stable. Wow. Man, that's a fun bike. My goodness. Wow. Yep. That is a lot of dang fun. Oh my word. I can't believe how good it is downhill. It's like Not quite like a big bike like the Ibis HD6, which is also a mixed wheel bike. It's easier going than that bike, but it's not quite as easy going as like the Ibis Ritmo, which also comes in a mullet. So where does this land you? Who's this bike for? If you go to the bike park, but you still ride mostly trails, I would take a very good look at the Bronson. It is so easy to ride. It's among the easiest bikes I've ever ridden. It's just easy to get on. The bike just gets through turns. You have to get it up to speed a little bit. It's 150 mil travel in the rear, 160 fork, so it likes to get up to speed before it really wakes up. But once you get up to just a little bit above trail speed, you know, just going a little bit quicker, it's so balanced, it's so easy to ride. The rear end has a ton of traction. Like, I don't think you can make a mistake on this bike. It's awesome. I was blown away today. I've been riding the HD6, the Ritmo, and this bike, which are all mullets, and I think I'm convinced for my trail bike, I want to own a mullet. That rear wheel, it just feels like it's out of the way a little bit more. I'm shorter, I'm 5'8". This is a size medium. That's the thing that we should talk about. So this bike comes in an extra small, small, medium, large, and extra large, where the other 29er bikes in the Santa Cruz lineup come in a small to extra, extra large. So they just moved everything down a notch from extra small to extra large. This is a medium, I'm 5'8", it fits perfect. It has very similar geometry to a lot of other trail bikes like this right now. In fact, it's very similar geometry to the other bike I'm riding, which is the Ibis Ritmo. So 64.5 degree head tube angle, 76.5 degree seat tube angle, 450 something millimeter reach, 455 I think. It has a low and a high setting. It doesn't change it hardly at all. In fact, I'm a little surprised they even have it. It's back here on the other side of this link down here on the non-drive side, but it doesn't change it that much. I've been riding it in the low setting. Feels good. The front wheel kind of wants to wander a little bit. That's how all these trail bikes are. The Ritmo does that, the HD6 does that. In fact, I get on kind of more short travel cross country bikes and it kind of does that sometimes. You know, like in the parking lot, you can feel that wandering. When you're actually climbing, the front wheel stays stuck to the ground even on very steep climbs. It doesn't wander terribly bad. Get you where you need to go to have a hell of a good time on the downhill. I mean, the Bronson was a lot of fun today. It's a little slow, a little sluggish for my trail systems. I got a lot of blue trails. This bike needs more terrain, more speed. It would be very happy at a bike park. We have a local bike park here. I'm gonna see if I can take this up there next week along with the Ritmo and the HD6 and compare them all. But it's been a great week having this bike at my house. I had so much fun riding it. I mean, the Bronson's for anyone, especially if you're shorter, because that rear wheel, when you get on the back of the bike, you know, descending, I don't have a film crew here. This is a pretty low production YouTube channel here. I don't have like a film crew that comes out with me. So you get the POV film footage from my chest here. But I'm telling you, when you get off the back of the bike, those 29ers for us short guys, those 29ers are like right up in your butt. So it's nice to have that smaller wheel kind of out of the way. And it just feels like on the bike, when you're going through turns and stuff, like the bike is just a little more compact, just easier to get through stuff. It's just, I mean, my takeaway is it's easier to ride. It's just easier to ride. Okay, about the build, really quick. So on this build, it comes with a 150 millimeter dropper. What are they doing? Nobody needs a 150 millimeter dropper anymore. I'm 5'8" on a medium, and I've got like 4.5 inches of seat tube right there. Just put like a 180 dropper on there or something. That would be nice, okay? In-frame storage. It makes all the bikes heavier, but everybody wants it, so everybody asks for it. So this bike has it, and the first time, I've personally owned 4 bikes now that have in-frame storage, right? This is the first time I've ever used it, ever in my life. I found turkey feathers. I'm gonna stick this turkey feather in my cowboy hat. So finally, after all these years of people asking for in-frame storage, I finally used it. Hallelujah. Isn't that cool? Look at that cool turkey feather. Anyway, that's going in the cowboy hat. And I'll tell you, this in-frame storage is a little trickier to use than like the Specialized or the Ibis, but it's also higher up here so you can put stuff down and up. I don't know, this is not an in-frame storage review. What else about the build? I don't know, man. It's like 20% off right now. Call the guys over at Go Ride. They have them in stock. This is their demo bike. You can go and demo this bad boy. It comes in this really cool glossy white color or in a black frame. I'd probably go with the black frame. I just am trying to tell you, look, we've been on the hype 29er train. And I get it. I like 29ers. I've got like 5 of them in my house right now that I'm demoing, right? I'm telling you, this bike is easier to ride. So if you are a novice, beginner, even intermediate rider, I promise you, you will have more confidence, a better time, and an easier go at more difficult terrain on a mixed wheel bike than you ever will on a 29er. I promise you. I ride like 5 days a week and I ride a lot of different bikes. You've got to trust me on this one. It's easier to ride. Now, is it have as much monster truck rollover, blah, blah, blah? I don't know, dude. If you put the fastest guys on the world on a high tower and go down a trail, and then the same guys on a Bronson, they're kind of the same type of bike, except for this is a mullet, right? I don't think their time's gonna be that different. And most of us are not racing anyway. And when you're talking about racing, it's like 1/10 of a second here or there. I am telling you, you'll have more fun. It climbed just as good as a 29er. I mean, I've been climbing on the Ibis Ritmo, which the Ritmo is a little different than this. It has a way to make the Ritmo a 29er or a mixed wheel. And so I've been riding it both ways. It doesn't climb any worse as a mixed wheel. I don't think this climbs any worse than a high tower. It might climb better for all I know. But it's easier to ride. You have more confidence. It just makes everything simpler. You come out of a corner, back up to speed quicker. It's just easier to just get that quick little pedal stroke and get going. So if you're a newer rider, an intermediate rider, you might benefit from it. If you're a shorter rider like me, 5'8", I think you'll benefit from the smaller wheel out back. And plus it's the new hot thing. Get a mullet bike, baby. Santa Cruz, how do you guys do it? How do you do it? All right, let's try it out on the slower speed blue flow trails. That was a rocky black trail up there and high speed. These are the type of trails most people ride, I think. I mean, unless you're a super legit go to the bike park type of guy all the time. Man, the bike's intuitive, super easy to ride. I mean, that's what I've been riding the Ibis Ritmo as a mixed wheel bike all the previous week, and I've had this bike now for a week. And the thing is, I just think that smaller wheel out back is easier going, easier to ride, makes all the terrain a little more simple. Okay, this is a great test for a long travel bike like the Bronson, because this is very tight, very twisty. You know, sometimes too much bike, long travel bikes, can be not super fun on these more moderate trails. You know, like right there, like it's a little bit of a section of trail you can kind of jump on. The bike doesn't do it quite as well because we're going slower, but still a lot of fun. Okay, let's see how the Bronson does here on lower rush. Good section of flowy, high speed, but still with some jumps. Oh man, the bike is so deep. All right, here's a good section right here. It's kind of flat, you gotta pedal into it, but it's still kind of flowy. Humps right through here. I mean, the bike feels super playful at speed. You just kind of gotta get it up to speed a little bit. And then it just comes to life. I mean, not ideal for blue trails. You really, like, I'm pumping the bike really, really hard and kind of pushing this trail to its limit to get this bike to kind of wake up. This is a bigger, a little bit, needs a little bit more speed, but still, you know, fun, very fun. Can still kind of manual through some sections. Wow, fun. Wow, what an easy bike to ride. That was so fun. Man, that was awesome. Okay, so like right there, when I get on the pedals, it doesn't feel as fast as the Ritmo. It feels more like the HD6 right there, for sure. Man, the bike, as soon as it gets up to a certain speed, I don't know what it is, but a certain speed, it wakes up. Whoa. Fun to jump. Man, I think it's a fun bike. You just got to get it going. Let's try this little G out right here. I don't know, man. It's fun. I just feel like I have a ton of traction in the rear. Like, the bike can do no wrong. That is a lot of fun. All right, let's hit this last jump and then take it home and do a little final thoughts recap of the week. Woo! So fun. I mean, I can just like bomb into all those like kind of holes and scary sections. Cool. All right, let's get back home. All right. Well, this is a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments or questions, or if you have an experience you'd like to share about a mullet bike, put it in the comment section down below. It's a great place for the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 days, about a week, for everyone to chime in, and we'll answer your questions there. Thank you for watching. All the links down below are to product that I use, the helmet, the glasses, the shirt, whatever I wear. Those are affiliate links. It pays me a small commission. If you buy something, it helps keep this amazing production going. All right, we'll see you in the next one, guys.